Good evening. This is Monday, November the 16th. Wasn't able to do the videos this afternoon, so we're looking here at doing this tonight in geometry. I'll show you a couple of things. We looked at two new ways to prove triangles congruent, angle side angle and angle angle side, and I'll show those to you here with a share screen. So when you look at a diagram, let's say we have a diagram that looks like this. We come down like this, and then we have a segment that comes down like this, and then we come back up in here to the middle, and then we come up in like this, and then we draw this one here in the middle like this. So we can come in here, we can say, okay, let's say this is A, B is here, C is here, and D is here. Now, if I tell you, for instance, that segment DB bisects angle ABC. Now, if I tell you that happens, then you know, if you come back over here, you know then that DB bisects angle ABC. So that means that this angle right here and this angle right here are congruent. Now then, if I tell you a second over here, I can come in a second given statement is that angle ADB is congruent to angle CDB. And I can put the congruency statement here on top of this. So we can put the congruency here like that. So that means that this angle here is congruent to this angle here. Now notice I use two arcs here so that you can understand that this angle here, these two angles are equal because they're one arc each, and these two angles here are equal because there are two arcs each. And then if you notice right down the middle here, we have DB, and we can always say that something is equal to itself or something is congruent. So segment DB is congruent to segment DB, and that is because of the reflexive property. So what I have here is, if I put the congruency symbol here on top of this. So what I have here is an example of an angle side angle congruency. And notice in this case, when we have the side angle side, the angle is between the sides. When we have the angle side angle, the side here is between the two angles. It kind of looks like what I always think about. It looks like a barbell where you have a set of weights on this end, and a set of weights on this end, and a segment in the middle. So that is an example of a situation where you would use the angle side angle congruency situation, or the angle side angle method of proving two triangles congruent. So now, once again, you can pause this and kind of analyze this and look at it, but then I will come in here and we will erase all of this so we can do the angle side. Now notice the difference between the angle side angle and the angle side is that when you have the angle angle side, you don't have the angle between the two, or the side between the two angles. So let me show you a situation here. If we have a picture like this, so we have this right here, and then we can come up here and we can put a right angle right there, and we can come down here and do something very similar, about the same length, and then we can go to here all the way up to here. Now then, if I go, so this can be, we can make this a right angle. So we know that's a right angle. We know this is a right angle. And let's say this is A, and this is B. So this would be vertex B, and this would be C, and this would be D, and this would be E. Now, if I tell you, for instance, okay, that point A is the midpoint of segment DC, CD, okay? Now, what that means is that you can come in here and I can say, okay, this right here, this segment and this segment are equal. Now, see, I can go through here now if I wanted to, and I can say, okay, these two angles right here, DAE and BAC, are vertical angles, so I know that this is equal to this. So in this particular situation, I have, once again, I have an angle, side angle situation to prove that triangle ADE is congruent to triangle ACB. So that would be another example of an angle side angle situation. So let me go ahead and erase this once again, and we'll look at, we'll get a angle side situation up here. Now the thing to remember is, if you have an angle side, because you know two triangles in a given, or two angles in a given triangle are equal to two angles in the other triangle, then you know, because all triangles have 180 degrees, that you have a situation where you have the angles, the third pair of angles are equal. So you can go from an angle side to an angle side angle fairly quickly, okay? So let's look at a situation here where, let's say we have, let's go this route right here, okay? We have this right here. And we can go, okay, we'll do that. And we can go like this. And we can go like this. And we can go up like this. And then we can say, okay, so this is A. I'm going to do that here. I'm going to erase, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to come back up here. So this would be A, and this would be B, and this would be C, and this would be D, and this would be E, okay? Now, so if I come in here and I tell you, for instance, that AB, segment AB is parallel to segment DE. Okay, so then I know, for instance, if I come up here, that I can put this line like this, and I can put this line like this. And then if I say that C, okay, I come back up here now and I say that C is the midpoint. C is midpoint of segment AD. Then I know that I have AC here and CD the same. So now if you look what I've got here, I can go a couple of ways. I can go either angle, side angle, or angle, angle, side. But since I know these are parallel, I know that this angle here is congruent to this angle here because they are alternate interior angles. And then I can do the same thing over here. So I know that this angle here and this angle up here are congruent because they are also alternate interior angles. So now I have an angle, angle, side situation. Now, once again, like I said, anytime I have an angle, angle, side, since I know these two angles are equal and these two are equal, of course, here it's obvious that these two angles here are vertical. So we know they're equal also. So most of the time when you go into a angle, angle, side situation, which is what we have here, the way we set it up, the side is not between the two angles. That's the difference between an angle, side angle, and angle, angle, side. But most of the time when I have an angle, angle, side here, I can go into an angle, side angle by just one more step. So those are the two things that we looked at today. If you look at your homework assignments, if you have any questions, send me an email. But other than that, I will go ahead and stop the share here and turn off the recording.